Jack Sparrow, master of the seas, treasure hunter and keeper of secrets. Long ago, when the Caribbean was a treacherous expanse of sparkling waters and hidden dangers, there roamed a pirate unlike any other. His name was Jack Sparrow, a man whose wit was as sharp as his sword and whose cunning was rivaled only by the sea itself. His legend began not with a mighty ship or a storied lineage, but with a single, fateful act of defiance. Jack was born in a small port town, the son of a humble merchant and a mother who whispered tales of adventure to him as he fell asleep. But young Jack was restless, and the monotony of his father's trade could not contain his imagination. As a boy, he often slipped away to the docks, listening to the sailors' tales of distant lands and untold treasures. By the time he was a young man, Jack had resolved to chart his own course, one that would take him far from the mundane life of the merchant class. The first step to infamy. Jack's first taste of rebellion came when he joined a merchant ship bound for the New World. What began as a legitimate venture soon turned dark when Jack discovered the captain's secret dealings in human cargo. Appalled, he staged a mutiny, freeing the captives and scuttling the ship. Though his actions were noble, they made him an outlaw in the eyes of the crown. With no home to return to and a bounty on his head, Jack sought refuge in the only world that would accept him: piracy. It was during these early years that Jack acquired his most cherished possession, the Black Pearl. The ship wasn't always the sleek, infamous vessel it would later become. Originally named the Wicked Wench, it was a derelict craft that Jack salvaged and painstakingly restored. Legend has it that Jack struck a deal with Davy Jones himself, trading a piece of his soul to resurrect the ship after it was burned and sunk by the East India Trading Company. Thus reborn, the Black Pearl became the fastest ship in the Caribbean, its black sails striking fear into the hearts of sailors everywhere. The code and the compass. Jack Sparrow was not a conventional pirate. He didn't plunder for the sake of gold alone. He was driven by a peculiar moral code, one that valued freedom above all else. What a man can do and what a man can't do, he would often say, encapsulating his philosophy in a cryptic turn of phrase. This code made him both revered and reviled among his peers, for Jack was as likely to save a rival pirate as he was to outwit him. One of Jack's most prized possessions was a seemingly mundane object, a compass that didn't point north. This enchanted compass, said to be a gift from the sea goddess Calypso, pointed instead to whatever Jack desired most. It guided him through storms, battles, and betrayals, always leading him to his heart's true desire, though what that desire was seemed to change as often as the tides. Tales of triumph and treachery. The legend of Jack Sparrow grew with each daring escapade. Hector Barbassa. One of Jack's earliest and most infamous rivals was Captain Hector Barbassa. Barbassa had once been Jack's trusted first mate aboard the Black Pearl. However, greed got the better of him, and he led a mutiny against Jack, marooning him on a deserted island. Barbassa then sought the cursed Aztec gold of Isla de Muerta, dooming himself and his crew to an eternal, undead existence. Jack's revenge came years later, when he allied with Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann to reclaim the Black Pearl. Using his quick thinking, Jack manipulated the curse to his advantage, ensuring Barbassa's defeat by returning the final piece of cursed gold just as Will struck the killing blow. Lord Cutler Becket. The ruthless Lord Cutler Becket of the East India Trading Company sought to eradicate piracy and wielded immense power with the help of the fearsome Flying Dutchman. Jack's encounter with Becket was marked by strategic deception. Jack feigned cooperation with Becket while secretly orchestrating a pirate alliance. In the climactic battle, Jack used his knowledge of Davy Jones' heart to turn the tide. By tricking Jones and Becket into underestimating him, Jack ensured their ultimate downfall as the Black Pearl and its allies destroyed Becket's fleet. Davy Jones. Jack's duel with the legendary Davy Jones was perhaps his most perilous encounter. Bound by a bargain that tethered him to the sea, Jack sought to break free of his debt. In a daring scheme, Jack acquired the key to Jones' chest, which contained the pirate's beating heart. With Joan's heart in his possession, Jack held power over the enigmatic captain. In a climactic battle, Jack's cunning led to Joan's demise when Will Turner struck the fatal blow, ensuring Jack's freedom and sparing his own life. Blackbeard. Another notable adversary was the dreaded Blackbeard, who wielded dark magic and the fearsome Queen Anne's revenge. Blackbeard sought the fountain of youth, but Jack, ever the opportunist, used his cunning to turn the situation to his favor. By playing Blackbeard's greed against him, Jack orchestrated events so that the fountain's magical waters spared others while sealing Blackbeard's fate. The pirate's legacy. As the years passed, Jack's exploits became the stuff of legend. Children in seaside towns whispered his name as they played pirate, dreaming of lives filled with adventure and freedom. But the man himself remained an enigma. Some say he sailed beyond the horizon, seeking treasures no map could chart. Others claim he retired to a hidden island, living out his days in relative peace. And still others insist that he became one with the sea, his spirit forever bound to the waves. One thing is certain: the name Jack Sparrow will forever be synonymous with the golden age of piracy. He was more than a man. He was an idea, a symbol of unbridled freedom and audacious adventure. As long as there are stories to tell and seas to sail, the legend of Jack Sparrow will endure. Captain Jack Sparrow, one of the most iconic pirates in cinematic history, follows several principles in his pursuit of treasure. First and foremost, his guiding philosophy is the belief in freedom and individualism. Jack always prioritizes his own interests, believing that no treasure, mission, or rule should constrain his autonomy. He constantly makes decisions based on what benefits him the most, even if it means bending or breaking the law. This sense of freedom fuels his pursuit of the elusive treasure, allowing him to act unpredictably and navigate challenges with a unique, often unorthodox, strategy. Another key principle of Jack Sparrow is adaptability. Throughout his many adventures, Jack demonstrates an uncanny ability to adjust to changing circumstances, whether it's dealing with enemies, forging alliances, or surviving unexpected setbacks. He is a master of reading the room and capitalizing on opportunities, often using wit and charm to outmaneuver those who try to thwart his plans. Captain Jack Sparrow's success in navigating the seas lies in his unparalleled cunning and resourcefulness. Unlike most traditional pirates, Jack relies on his wit and quick thinking rather than brute strength or overwhelming firepower. His ability to read people and situations allows him to turn even dire circumstances to his advantage. Whether it's negotiating with dangerous foes or escaping impossible traps, Jack's sharp mind and creative problem-solving make him a formidable force on the high seas. His knack for improvisation, combined with a deep understanding of maritime navigation, ensures he remains one step ahead of his enemies. Another key to Jack's success is his charismatic leadership and unshakable confidence.